Here we go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, my name is Kevin Hernandez. I'll now be starting my Airbrake pre-trip inspection test. I'll be starting out by putting my key on the on position, making sure my ABS light turns on and off. In this case it did, meaning it's working properly. Now I'll be doing my 6 items. My seatbelt, not worn, torn, or missing, buckles and unbuckles properly. My gear shift should be on a neutral position, not broken, not cracked. My brake knob should be fully pulled out, not broken, not cracked. My steering wheel should be properly mounted, secure, not broken, not cracked, not missing any components. It should have no more than 2 inches of play. My clutch should only have 2 inches of play while tapping on it. Now I'll be safe starting. My air gauges should be reading below 80 psi. In this case it's not, so I'll be fanning down my brakes. Now I can safe start my vehicle, clutch in, making sure the vehicle's on neutral position, trunk on. And release clutch slowly. Now I'll be building up max pressure, also called my governor cutout. My governor cutout should happen between the ranges of 120 and 140 psi. I'll be revving my vehicle from 1200 to 1500 RPM to make the process faster. Cutout came on at 130 psi, meaning it's working properly because it activated between the ranges of 120 and 140 psi. Now I'll be doing my applied leakage test. Before I do that, I'll be securing my vehicle, clutch in, low gear, truck off, truck back on in the on position, release my clutch slowly. I'm pushing my brake knobs. Now I'll be doing my applied leakage test. For my applied leakage test, I should not lose no more than 4 pounds of PSI within 60 seconds. I'll be pushing down my brake until my needle is stabilized. My needle is stabilized at 101 PSI. My time starts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 seconds have gone by and I'll be listening for any air leaks. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. My needle is still stabilized at 101 psi, making it a good test because I did not lose no more than 4 pounds of psi within 60 seconds. Now I'll be doing my low air pressure warning device. My low air pressure warning device should activate between the ranges of 75 and 55 psi, no lower than 55 psi. I'll be firing down my brakes to make the process faster. My low air pressure warning device activated at 60 psi, making it a good test because it activated before 55 psi. Now I'll be doing my spring pop out. My spring pop out test should pop out between the ranges of 20 and 45 psi. Once again, I'll be firing down my brakes to make the process faster. So in this truck, the brakes don't pull out, so that's the reason I pulled them out. So right now it's reading 20 psi, 21 psi, making it a good test because it happened between the ranges of 20 and 45 psi. Now I'll be testing out my brakes. Before I do that, I'll safe start my vehicle, clutch in, put it back on the neutral position, truck on. Release clutch slowly. Once again, I'll be building up max pressure, and I'll be revving my vehicle from 1200 to 1500 RPM. My governor cutout happened at 130 psi, meaning it's working properly. Now I'll begin my next test. I'll be testing on my parking brake, my trailer, my emergency brake, my trailer brake, and my service brake. Before I do that, I'll be putting my vehicle in a low gear. I'll be testing on my parking brake first, so I'll be disengaging my emergency. You should be feeling a slight tug with me releasing my clutch slowly. Truck and trailer did not move to the left or to the right, meaning that my brake is working properly. Now I'll be engaging my emergency, disengaging my parking. Once again, you should feel a slight tug with me releasing my clutch slowly. My truck and trailer did not move to the left or to the right, meaning that my brake is working properly. Now I'll be engaging my trailer brake, disengaging my emergency. Once again, you should feel a slight tug with me releasing my clutch slowly. Truck and trailer did not move to the left or to the right, meaning that my brake is working properly. Now, pushing in my service brake, releasing my trailer brake. For my service brake, I'll be hovering over my steering wheel, making sure it does not go to the left or to the right. I'll be going no more than 5 miles per hour forward or no more than 5 feet forward. I'll let go of my brake, my truck go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clutch in, pushing your brake. The truck and trailer did not move to the left or to the right, meaning that my brake is working properly. Also meaning that my brakes are well aligned and well adjusted. This concludes the end of my Airbrake pre-trip inspection test. Now I'll be securing my vehicle, put it back on a neutral position, release my brakes, release my clutch slowly. Let's see.